Well, hello. Welcome back to Mr. B's classroom. As you can see here, I have a lovely donut and some drawings of some donuts. What we're going to do is you're going to do a drawing of a donut. So it's a great excuse to talk your parents into getting you some donuts because it's best to have an actual item to look at for your drawings. So you talk your parents into getting some donuts, tell them it's for art class. It usually works out pretty well. So as you can see, I've already done 3 donuts here. Just a regular frosted, a regular cake type donut, and then I'm gonna say it's a cherry filled donut there. So I'm gonna do a 4th donut here to kind of show you how you do it. I expect 1 donut. If you want to do 4 different donuts, you can. Basically, what I started with is I used cups, trace around it, and then use the small side of this to trace around it. Because as you notice, outside to inside, the inside is very small, the donut hole. So we want to make sure that we have a small donut hole. Now, you do not have to actually trace something. You can just draw the circles if you'd like. It's entirely up to you. So now with our outside line, we have our outside line there and our inside. We have the frosting around the outside. So as you see on this one, I kind of did the frosting around, kind of going off a little bit. You kind of do the same thing here, as what you're going to do is you're going to just kind of do a crooked line that kind of goes off the edge, up, on, off, around the outside. And so notice I'm not really worrying about it. It's just kind of going around. And then let's have a big old piece that kind of goes down, kind of like this one here, where it goes off the edge, which means we have to erase a little bit of our donut circle because otherwise it'll look weird. Then we need to do the inside. As you notice, the inside, really a lot of it is inside the donut circle. And that's okay. Again, just a kind of a crooked line that goes around inside. Clean it up a little bit. Now, one of the things about a donut, you can see here, the color of a donut, it's not just brown. There's different shades of brown. There's also kind of some yellowish color in here too. So we're going to start off with a lighter brown. Okay, this is actually kind of a little bit of a yellowish brown. And I'm just going to lightly go over the areas . Okay, and then that's just one color. You see with this one, there's multiple colors, so I'm going to get another one. This one's a lighter brown. I'm just kind of going to go over it again, but I'm not going to be solid with it. I'm just going to kind of do some lines here and there. And then, again, with a dark brown. This one I'm going to actually do just very few lines. And then I'm also going to, as I go along, going to kind of give a little bit of the edge, just a little bit of a small stroke. Both the outside edge and the edge of the frosting. That's going to give it an almost a 3-dimensional look to it. All right, now you'll notice here in the center I haven't really done anything, so it's time for us to do a little bit of something there. Really all I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go along where I kind of had that edge. I am going to go back in with my light brown and kind of give just a little bit here and there just to give some extra tone. All right, so that's kind of our donut part. Now, you might find this interesting, but even though this is white with our white paper, I still want to go over the frosting with a white. And as I do this, you're going to notice how it kind of changes, how it looks more glistening or maybe a little bit more brighter from the coloring. So here we go. All right. Hopefully on the video you can see how much it changed. It's hard to tell through the video if it does change a little bit. So there we go. We have our frosting on our donut. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the sprinkles. So basically we're just going to use colors that are similar, and you're just going to randomly place sprinkles. Okay, hopefully you noticed that as I was doing that, basically I was just making marks, basically doing little rectangles with each of them, because if you look at them, they're really like little cylinders. Make sure you use numerous different colors. So you notice that we have pink, yellow, purple, white, red. Looks like there's a couple green spots too. So whatever colors you use for yours. All right, so now we have our sprinkles on there. One of the things you might notice as you're looking at the sprinkles, they just look like little lines. So we're gonna now do just a little bit of a touch-up to make them look a little bit more realistic. And we're gonna just use a black, and we're very faintly gonna kind of go around the edge of them. And what that's gonna do, it's gonna separate them a little bit. It's gonna add a little bit of a line to it and make them look a little bit more realistic. So here we go. This is going to take a while, so I'll probably skip out, and when I'm done, we will come back to the video. Okay, so there we go with our sprinkles on top of it. What you see up here is some shading around the edge of it. That actually will add some dimension, make it look more three-dimensional. The other thing is going back around the frosting edge with the black will also give more dimension, more three-dimensional look. And there we go with that. So for shading, what you'll do is there's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can use your pencil and just very lightly kind of add a little bit of black along the edge. And think about your light source is coming from this direction, from the side, so anything that is on the opposite side of it is going to be shaded. And so I'm just kind of going to do a little half area here like this. I'm going to make it a little bit darker towards the inside edge because of course there's less light going there. And then you can just use your finger to smear it. You just kind of bring it out a little bit. And that adds that little dimension of shadow in there. Notice how it looks like it's kind of lightening up as it goes across. And then on the outside edge, you'll do kind of the same thing. It's a bigger piece, so you just have to be careful as you're adding it to it. Don't press hard. And another thing you can use is a tortillon, something like this. You can also just use paper that is really tightly rolled and kind of has a point on it, and you can use that to do the smearing as well. The smudgers or tortillons, you can usually find them at like Hobby Lobby or other hobby stores to work with your art. They're great for creating these smudged areas, blending colors, things like that. It really helps when you're trying to do a faded shadow area. And there we go. There you have your frosted donut. So I hope you enjoy it. So draw me a donut, or 4. Talk your parents into buying you donuts. Oh wait, now I have to draw a bite out of the donut.